Alright, we're ready. Enough of the shenanigans. Biosparks,
are you ready?
Bud, we're ready. We're gonna do game 2.
In the channel?
Somebody's dragging to the channel.
Bud's here.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
Roll that video.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for Game 2 of Sunday Night Fights, Special Edition, Episode number 5. Let's get this thing started. Cameraman and director, Mr. Budwise, please roll that video!
Welcome back, Game Replays. This is Ami Polizei Funk. Let me check the mic. Beastie Boys in the house, old school style. Make some noise if you hear me. Bum, bam, bam. Make some noise if you're with me. Bum, bam, bam. Hopefully you have both screens running. You got the fucking Yoink stream, you got the Budweiser stream, we got the fucking Tommy Toma versus Aimstrong. These guys are in the same clan. They're like the best fucking nastiest, winningest COH players. Aimstrong just joined Epsilon, and it's Aimstrong versus Tommy Toma. Aimstrong's got a bunch of fucking tournament wins under his belt. I think Aimstrong's got, what, like one tournament win under his belt? Although, he's been tearing shit up, playing with Seb 2v2, and they're just like bashing nerds, just like fucking boom, 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 like fucking uppercut, undercut, jabs to your face, just like killing nerds, fucking 2v2. Hey, all y'all, I gotta say, there's a 2v2 tournament coming up. So if you think you got a team, you think you got what it takes, get ready to sign up for the next Game Replays 2v2 tournament. And you know what? If you're lucky, you can face the best in the game in the form of fucking Aimstrong and Seb, yo. I wouldn't want to fight those motherfuckers. How about you?
That's some serious shit, man. You go against Aimstrong and Seb, two very good friends of ours. Those guys are serious business. So, but tonight we're going to see Aimstrong going into Game 2 here versus Contador, and for our fans out there of Sunday Night Fights, just so you know, this is a very special Season 2, Episode 5. We are here together. Ami Polizei Funk has traveled 4.5 million miles from Berlin, Germany to come to Southern California, right here in Toluca Lake, California, to join me in my office right here, and you can see it live on our separate webcam at JustinTV/Yoink15. If you're not watching now, it's a special audio feed. When the game is over, we share a special commentary with you, our biggest fans, and we talk about everything that we like about GameReplays.org, and maybe some special stuff that Relic has talked to me about because I'm a CBS employee, and maybe I have something to talk about coming up soon at the end of these 3 games. I don't know. I'm just teasing, letting you know that things are going to get a little bit interesting after all these games are over if you switch on over to the Yoink 15 feed over on Justin TV. Now, Ami Polizei Funk and I do not run this show alone. We have a third co-caster, and he is all the way over in the amazing, glorious Green Emerald British Isles. Say hello to our fellow co-caster, Mr. Biospark. Say hello.
Yo, what's up? And I'm going to have to come clean with something. I feel a bit jealous, you know? Like, I saw that live stream, you guys just chilling, like, you know, drinking some some stuff, and I thought, you know what, I may not be able to be there literally, but I went downstairs, grabbed some Stella Artois, about 5-6 bottles, and yeah, I thought I might as well join the party, you know, and
Nice.
I be warned though. The more I drink, the less quality strategic advice I give. So if I start saying shit like you better cap 5 units with 1 strategic point or something, you know I'm fucked up.
No capping under fire.
Good stuff, Bob. You know what? We're all going to drink together because you know what? There's a big rule that drinkers do, and that is when you cheers, you always look your partner in the eye and never drink alone. And Bio, you know what? You may be alone in your room, but you're not alone with the hundreds of viewers and your good friends Yoink and Ami right here on Sunday Night Fights. And I don't want to forget our 4th silent partner. He's here all the time. He's the one that provides you with all of the great video. That's Mr. Budwise. And let's just say I want to say a big thank you, Budwise, for doing that. You're doing a great job. Thanks for jumping in on a holiday weekend. If you want to say hello, this is your chance if you want to say it here on
I don't think he can talk. They can't hear him.
Oh, they can't hear him anyway. Budwise represents. He's a good guy. Text. Oh, okay. He said hello. He wanted to say thank you for all the viewers. He loves you. All right. So you know what? Absolutely.
I want to count it in. Here we go. All right. We're at game 2. Aimstrong is up 1-0 versus Contador. The sides are reversed. Now we got Contador playing the Wehrmacht. What? Yeah, Simon's the Americans. Aimstrong's the Americans. And we're counting in. You ready, Budweiser? You ready, Yoink? Here we go. We're at 5 seconds. We're pausing 5 seconds. We're counting it. And Ami had a few fucking scotches to drink, and he's got that really cool fucking hat. All right, here we go. We're going to unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rock and roll. Let's kick some ass.
We are all synced up 13 seconds. You know, that last game, it was pretty good. You know, it was a good reversal right there. Looks like Contador had the map early, and he had some great shit going on out there. But you know what? Boy, the Vet 3 infantry, that's not something you see often, huh? Vet 3 infantry taking it down?
Vet 3 is filthy difficult to kill. The only way to kill those motherfucking bastards is with a sniper. That's really the only thing that does the job. You need a sniper to kill Vet 3 infantry. That's the only counter there is. Spider on the wall.
We got a spider on the wall. There's a spider on the wall at Yoink's house. That's all right. Anyway, so now we got standard. I am watching Contador, by the way, for the Wehrmacht. You're watching. Ami is watching the Americans over there.
Yeah, that's right. I got Simon Aimstrong in the house. We're on the fucking barracks and we're building rifles. Ain't nothing extraordinary special here. Rifles coming out.
So it looks like also we got Volksgrenadiers coming out with a 2 Pioneer start, although interestingly, Biosparks, what do you think of this capping plan that Contador's got? Where is he going with this second set of Pioneers? What's going on over there, Bio?
Oh, it looks like both of them are just going for like the VP straight away because they both know that in the second, like, you know, if the series goes to 2-2 situation, the VPs count towards your choice of map and either or faction, so it's very important to stay on top of VP count, and as we can see, with only 1 minute practically gone in the game, you know, each one has a VP capped, so they're basically just trading off a bit of resources for VPs.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? VPs are going to be very important on this game. And it looks like, again, a standard sort of breakdown of where everyone is going here. It looks like, you know, Contador's taking his Volksgrenadiers. What's he building next? MG42. That's interesting. Instead of a second Volksgrenadiers, Contador is going to put out an MG42 onto the field. That indicates that he might want a tight little grouping of units together, except that MG42 is going in the opposite direction of his Volksgrenadiers. That's kind of strange, don't you think? I mean, what's going on with the Americans over here? Just more riflemen, Ami?
Yeah, we got riflemen coming out. I see that MG42. They're coming around the north side. You know, they're kind of setting up, protecting this road here. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. There's a little engagement. These pios are definitely outmanned. You know, there's an engineer squad and a full rifle squad, and they're going to have to retreat quicker. They're going to die. I mean, they got to go. How long can they fucking manage the soft retreat? They got to go. They're almost dead. Come on, man. Time to run. You're going to lose this squad.
What are you doing? Oh, my gosh. Wow, maybe someone's paying attention.
Run!
Well, that was going to be interesting. It looked like there was going to be sort of like a little, he was going to try and close the gap there. Simon wanted to try and maybe catch those Pioneers on the retreat by moving the rifles around to the right, but there was an MG42 waiting for him. So now we've got a very interesting Wehrmacht start. Not too uncommon, but you do see it. It's the Volksgrenadiers MG42 motorcycle start. Bio, what do you think that could indicate from the German tonight?
Looks like a pretty mobile force. Like he wants to hold that fuel no matter what. But with the bike, as everyone knows, very good for scouting, very good for pushing people out of cover into suppressive fire from the MG, and yeah, it looks like just, I wouldn't say completely standard, but you know, it's just nothing out of the ordinary still. So either way, I think it looks like with this kind of unit composition, I'd guess a tier 3, because it looks like he's going to go for like more heavy tier 1 units with 2 MGs, lock down your fuel and stuff. So that's my prediction.
Excellent, excellent. We'll see if that matches up. You know what? I don't know if anybody noticed down at that south bridge down there, there was a fast mine with the... Oh, gosh! Boy, Simon's riflemen walked right into it, and then these Pioneers, are coming in to attack these rifles that simply can't fire back because they have, they're completely pinned. And look at that, they might actually die. No, they're going to get out of there, but it looks like their rifleman comrades end up coming up to save them. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it, Hami? My gosh.
Man, there's like, a lot of dead Americans crawling around on the floor with some green XP floating above their heads, you know?
Yeah, now we got this good action here. Look at this. This bike extending the range of the MG42. New players take note, that MG42 can fire much, much further than it can see. Always use a bike or a sniper or even another unit. Volksgrenadiers are good too, to extend the range of that MG42 to get the maximum use out of that just infantry suppressing machine. And now we're 5 minutes into this game. 5:05, 06, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're still seeing uncapped sections on the field. That's kind of interesting to be 5 minutes in. Not sure, maybe these guys are more interested in combat than they are in capping. Boy, we can see here, you know, Contador is moving that MG42 back and forth. Great pro play, Ami, back me up on this, is moving that MG42 so many times that it makes your opponent think there's more than one on the field. What do you think?
Oh man, I can't even find which MG you're talking about. Where is that? It's there by the house, in between the houses. He's moving again. He's going to try to set up over green cover with those Volk squad. Here comes some rifles also in green cover. This is going to be an interesting fight right here.
Yeah, it looks like, you know what, green cover does great things to help you suppress. And it looks like Contador is going to try and move that MG42 into a little bit more of a position of safety. Green cover versus green cover with Americans and the Volksgrenadiers, but this MG42 is going to back them up in a real good way. This is a great, simple tactical engagement that beginning players can learn from. You can see here, while these Volksgrenadiers may do better at range, they're getting backed up here by these MG42s. Now, 2 of them, these riflemen and these engineers have to retreat. They simply cannot manage this type of an engagement unless there's some other plan. Yeah, he's got to get out of there.
Yeah, he's crisscrossed by 2 MGs. What an interesting fight. You know, everybody in green cover, but fucking 2 MGs win the days, and now the Volkswagen are capping that center VP.
Yeah, you know, it was a tactical win, certainly, for Contador. He's going to try and take back that victory point there. These riflemen now, they're just to the south, though, harassing that fuel point, and they're going to get into that house. Now, just so you know, also, that house does not have firing angles from every direction, or maybe it does actually. You know what? I just noticed something. There is a window in the lower part of that house that is allowing riflemen to actually fire out of, but only one dude at a time. Although they're under a lot of pressure from both sides here, MG42 action and motorcycle action, and it looks like they're going to try and soft pedal it back to. Oh my God! Right into a mine and bars from Contador. What do you think about that, Biosparks?
You mean bars from Aimstrong, but yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, correct.
It makes sense because of the amount of pressure that he's managed to put on. I mean, he's decapping his fuel as well, so... But he should be careful about going... Oh, before the fatherland pops, so obviously that indicates this medic bunker strategy, so very standard typical play where you can reinforce from your bunkers and all that sort of fun stuff that people like to rage about in the forums, saying, well, the fatherland defensive is overpowered, but, you know, as long as you have snipers and artillery and relative counters, you are fine. But looking at this immediate problem of the fuel being decapped in the north, he needs to get that back ASAP, so driving off these Flamer squad, and it looks more and more like a tier 3 build, like I predicted, because of the amount of tier 1 units that are just being pumped out.
Yeah, you know what? I actually have not. I have not noticed whether or not Tomitoma has actually built, upgraded to tier 2 or tier 3 in his base. I'm sure he probably has. Well, you know what? He's got 92 fuel in the bank, only plus 10 income because he lost his fuel right outside the northern part of his base. Ami, what's going on in the American base right now? What do you see over there?
Man, I can barely see straight. It's that goddamn whiskey fucking influencing me, you know. But I see some really nice mines being led, and a bike doing some great scouting in the middle. And it's just a fierce fight right now. But you know, I'm just enjoying the show at the moment. You gotta take it away from here.
That's right. We got it. We're good. We're having a good time. And you know what? Here we got some more combat here, right in the center. You know that church is occupied by Volksgrenadiers, while these Americans now are trapped in the center. They got combat from all fronts and a sniper floating right in front of their face. Look at this action right here, Bio. We've got rifles that are understrength, trying to get the heck out of there, but another set of understrength rifles trying to move in also to save them. Now looks like they're going to soft pedal out of there. Boy, good job by Contador by holding that center church. It's really critical to holding the center, even though someone just schooled me the other day on how the center is not as important in Semwa as the wings are. So we're going to see if these two players are going to still try to contest this center, even though, you know, tactically speaking, holding the center is always great in any map. The wings actually control more resources. Boy, this sniper is now in danger. Contador is going to soft pedal him back out of there under cloak. And now these Volksgrenadiers continue to hold this house as they fire away at these understrength riflemen who are also in green cover with their bars, taking out that church. What's your strategy, Bio, about or your thoughts about holding the center in Semwa versus trying to hold the wings? What do you think?
Basically, the middle is basically the transition area. So, for example, if you are in a position where it's like an L shape in your territory, so you have your base and then, for example, the south and then the +5 fuel, then you're restricted to that area alone. Whereas if you hold the middle and either the north or south side of the fuel, you can actually transition a lot faster of where you want to go, and you can also lay mines and stuff to make sure you hold the middle as well. So in terms of resource advantage, middle is very minor, but in terms of actual gameplay maneuverability, it is very essential to hold.
All right, good strategy. Oh, wait. Had a little technical difficulty there. For those of you watching the Yoink stream, I've now put on the gay hat. That's okay if you want to go to TV, Justin.tv/Yoink15. I'm now wearing the gay hat. Where have we got combat going on around here? It looks like in the south we had some action going on. It looks like Contador was able to chase off, what is that, a pioneer squad, or an engineer squad that was trying to move northbound through that bridge. And, oh my goodness, Simon put an M8 on the field. Any thoughts about that, Ami? Look like, whoa, how fast is he going to go into that wear-marked territory?
Yeah, he's blasting up there towards the northern part of the fucking, got a high ammo up there and the high fuel. I don't know let's see what kind of influence his M8 has. He's trying to protect these engineers. Let's see if they try to lower that medium fuel. I don't know, the M8's moving towards the base section. He's taking fire from the emplacement there. He's all the way through. He's up in the fucking Fairmont base. He sees tier 3. Let's see what happens here. I don't know. What's going to happen here?
I think there might be some...
We got some offense shit happening.
Uh-oh, what's going on here? Boom! Look at that. Now that is brave shit. When you use your M8 to push into your opponent's base and start dropping some serious... Oh my god, that thing is going to go down. One more. He can do it. He can put it down. Oh, but he's got to take out these engines. Oh my god!
Yes, there it is. The money shot. 15 experience. And the fucking tier 3 goes down. Fucking M8 is a star. All of Matt did the trick. The tier 3 is down. You're going to have to start from scratch, Wehrmacht.
You know, I gotta say, there is no risk without reward. And right now, Contador pulled... Simon pulled the big risk and had a huge victory there and was able to take down a very fuel-expensive building.
Hell yeah, ka-ching! Notice, payoff.
You know, the Wehrmacht only has 37 fuel in the bank, so I don't think he can build another tier 3 until he gets back into business. And you know what? It looks like Simon is also harassing his fuel, so that's going to make it even harder to put that tier 3 building back into play.
This M8 is a nasty little beast. He spotted for that off map. He's still up in the base killing shit. Look at him there, running around, just doing all sorts of nasty damage. And there ain't no counter for that M8 up in that shit.
Yeah, Wehrmacht is in big trouble. Not only they lose their Tier 3 building, they went defensive doctrine. So you know what? There's not going to be any hope there for, say, stormtroopers or anything else to be able to take out that M8. Although there's combat now in the center. What's going on? Looks like Wehrmacht, though, is fighting hard for that victory point. They're going to decap, putting Simon in a position of weakness.
Dang, that is a fucking huge move for the Semwa pin. Tommy is still up in this shit, man. He's got an MG and a sniper and a bike defending that strap point. He has cut Simon off of all the resources. He said to wipe that shit, and you got nothing out of your base, boy. This shit is on.
Okay, now let's refer to our strategy specialist, Biosparks. If you were in this position as Wehrmacht, you got 70 fuel in the bank and a lot of manpower. How do you fight this marauding M8 outside your base if you've already picked defensive? What do you do?
The only thing you can do is hope to either backtake to Tier 2 or try and get this Tier 3 building up and just get the Stug out and pray he doesn't have enough munitions for another artillery strike, because if he does, you are fucked up so bad. Seriously, this...
I mean, he's got
delaying the test so much was huge.
His engineers are still trying to build
he was able to pull it off. I mean, I should say, Biosparks, you were able to get it, and this half-strength M8 is now just moving around this base with impunity, guessing that these Volksgrenadiers simply don't have enough munitions to do a Panzerfaust. It looks like they do. They're going to get one more Panzerfaust off before this M8 leaves, and it looks like we're okay. And you know what's coming out of that Tier 3 building? Is a Puma. Not what I was expecting. Not a Stug bio, but a Puma. I guess there's going to be some aggressive anti-infantry play to try and keep this together here. Not really sure how he's going to fight this M8 yet.
Was he able to avoid enough to get the Stug?
With the Puma... Oh, no, he switched. You know what? He has now switched the engagement on the Tier 3 building from the Puma to the Stug. So now he is going to get a Stug after all. But there's two M8s on the field now, so that's going to be trouble for this one Stug to try and take on both with no Shrek support, no Stormtrooper support. It's going to be trouble. He could easily flank by that. This is going to be a good one for Contador to try and get out of.
Aimstrong's got some fucking intimidating map control. Look at him. He's all up in the north.
Man.
He's got that fucking northern ammo security. He's harassing the fuel. He's in the center. He's got units, fucking M8, all up in the center, harassing this bunker and this MG. He's really all over the place. Aimstrong's looking very strong right now.
You know, I'm wondering if perhaps Contador thinks that he can probably get away with getting enough people to... casualties to try and put a Grenadier on the field. I don't think that's going to happen here. It's not the right strategy to do here. Instead, he just needs to save it up. The first Stug is out. He's going to have 10 in about 1 minute. He'll have enough for a second Stug, which he's definitely going to need if he wants to try and fight these M8s that Simon is just using at maximum ability. Oh boy, Volksgrenadier is about to go down. Get him out of there, Contador. Get him out of there. He was able to save that one squad. But boy, the accuracy of the Stug versus a moving M8 just sucks sometimes, especially if you're afraid you might get flanked and circle strafed between those two vehicles. And it seems strange, there's some static combat going on just outside the German base here. This M8 is just plinking away at this MG42. It must continuously be reinforcing because of that bunker and defensive doctrine. That's the only thing I can explain here. Biosparks, what... Do you think that Contador is doing the right thing here by building Stugs? It's pretty much the only thing he can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing the best he can in the position that he was put into. I mean, having your Tier 3 sniped by a off-map artillery line, who would expect that? The main problem, though, is he's fallen into the trap of choosing his doctrine way too early. I mean, do you think he really felt like he needed defensive early? I mean, personally, I think he was perfectly fine. You know, so when that happened, he was like, okay, I can go Blitz, boom, Stormtroopers, Panzerstrikes, we're all good. You know, I can get the Tier 3 up again. But now, because he's forced into defensive, you know, defensive doesn't really complement Tier 3 that as well as Blitz does, you know, so I guess he's trying to just do what he does. Oh, and the Stug gets a destroyed engine, and there's an AT gun that's around the mid, which is heading straight towards the Stug, so he's going to be in a lot of trouble if this actually connects.
Yeah, you know what, Bob? I was thinking the exact same thing. I was thinking to myself, boy, defensive doctrine is not the doctrine to pick if you go Tier 3, because you are absolutely left without any sort of quick counter to light American vehicles. And this is exactly the problem the Contador is facing. Light American vehicles. And this combat here, you're right, in the just north of the center, is going to end up with that Stug taking shots from the AT gun right in the face if Simon wants to move it all the way up there. There's no infantry support. As a matter of fact, the infantry support is in dangerous trouble. That one Volksgrenadier cannot do any fighting, because if it does, he's going to lose that vehicle. That infantry unit, and that's something he can't afford right now. And now Rangers, even worse, to counter any Pumas that come out, and down goes that Stug. Oh boy, this is big trouble for Contador in game 2 here. What do you think, Ami?
57 got a striped vet, man. He took out that fucking Stug, and he's got a striped vet, and he's ready to do some more work, and it looks here like the Americans are just ready to dominate the map. They won the fight in the north. They're pushing in the center. There's conflict there, but they are looking very strong.
Yeah, very strong indeed. I agree. It looks like, the center action is what Contador is desperately trying to hold on to. He's got 2 bunkers already built here in the center, and Shrek Grenadier Squad finally came out of one of those bunkers. That's going to help them a little bit, even though they're terribly under strength and very low on health. He's going to have to spend some munitions to try and heal them up or get some Vet 1 action on that. Looks like that second bunker is going medic also, so we're resorting maybe to zombie Grenadier spam at this point. But this M8 is able to control the center action because there's no anti-tank there except for this very weak Grenadier squad that's now going to come up with a missed Shrek squad, Shrek shot. Boy, that's really hard to say. And it's going to pick off these Grenadiers as they continue to fire at it. Now the second M8 is moving up. Ooh boy, this is going to be tough. These Grenadiers can reinforce at the bunker, but you know what? Contador only has 70 manpower, so he's not going to be able to do that much reinforcing. And now look at what kind of was going on, Ami. What do you see?
I see a double vet fucking M8 for Aimstrong. I see another M8. I see automatic artillery coming in. I see a lot of Wehrmacht guys getting dead. I see Aimstrong very comfortable with these 2 M8s just working the fucking field, getting repairs, going back to full health, ready to do some more damage. I see Aimstrong very fucking happy and healthy with these 2 M8s, just nasty presence in the center, and I don't see Tommy killing those motherfuckers anytime soon.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Look at these. These guys are rampaging through here. Now these Grenadiers desperately trying to reinforce, double Shrekking them. It may not be the best option right now. Here's a tactical thing for players. When you Shrek that when you put that second Shrek on that squad, it gets pumped in there before the reinforcements. So it looks like Tommy tried to get that second Shrek in there before he reinforced that Grenadier squad. Looks like it's going to be okay. He's able to get a zombie Grenadier squad up. Not enough munitions to put a Shrek on them. And Biosparks, isn't it a rule number 1 of Company of Heroes? It's better to have 1 Shrek on 2 Grenadier squads than 2 Shreks on 1. Isn't that right?
It's definitely safer, unless your opponent is going like, I don't know, something like 5 M8s. But yeah, there's a less chance of it dropping. And trust me, if a Shrek drops now, it's game over. These bunkers will go down. The rifles are getting vet. The M8s, 1 M8 is already vet 2. If they have actually the upgun is just about to finish. So with the 50 cal on top. Oh, and the sniper's just about to die and he gets picked up.
Oh man. Down sniper. These rifles are just rampaging over the center here. These Grenadiers are desperately trying to hold on. If he loses that squad, he's in deep trouble. Oh my god, there goes all of his Shrek capabilities in the center. That right there spelled doom, don't you think, Ami? I mean, look at that.
Yeah,
that
M8's got free reign now. I mean, there's no threat to that M8. He can just kill dudes with impunity. I mean, what's going to challenge him, He's the big fish on the field right now.
There's no pack, there's no Stug, there's no fuel for a Stug. There's a Nebelwerfer. I don't think that's going to help them at all at this point. And, oh boy, now we've got all kinds of... was this a stolen MG42? It was. Somehow I must have missed it. Simon stole an MG42 from someone somewhere. And now we've got these multiple suppressed German infantry just sitting there in the middle. I can kind of feel the tension from Contador right now. I think he's getting frustrated. I'm not sure. What do you think, Ami? He's got to be frustrated, right?
Look at that. A fresh Volk squad pops out of that medic bunker just in the nick of time. But man, the Americans are pouring on the heat. The Wehrmacht can't get a fucking space to stand. They're getting suppressed. They're getting shot down now. Aimstrong got grenades. Let's see if he throws
do
a
you hear
grenade
that?
down. We got a double vet M8 supported by a single vet M8. Those M8s are just filthy, causing all sorts of trouble in the center.
Man, I'm hearing, I just heard that Nebelwerfer come down. Looks like it's going to do absolutely no damage in the center. Simply dropping on empty space. And now, oh, I feel so bad for these poor German infantry in the center. They're just running around these American vehicles. They can't do anything at all. They're just sitting there. What exactly are we trying to do? It seems like perhaps one of the things Contador is trying to do, he's trying to actually take casualties. He's throwing men into the meat grinder just so his medics can grab more grenadiers. You know, he has enough munitions for one more Shrek somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure where he wants to put it, but he just barely has enough, but no manpower whatsoever. He only has basically 10 manpower. He's trying to reinforce as he goes. This has got to be some sort of crazy. Bao, do you think it's a medic bunker strategy right now?
Well, it looked like the beginning stages of bunker spam strategy, which everyone seems, well, no one really likes enjoying it, but then again, Aimstrong was so on top of this, he just went, you know, I'm just going to artillery you, I'm just going to put M8s, AT guns, put under the pressure. I mean, he's got like, Contador had something about like 3 squads now or something, and even then, you know, the M8s just sat there, just taking all the veterancy, and now he's up against a double and triple vet M8, and the triple vet one is the one with the 50 cal, which does so much damage. It does a ridiculous amount of damage. And, yeah, it looks like the point of no return, I think, in this game, you know, with so much... Oh my gosh, and the AT gun actually team kills this double vet M8. Wow.
Oh, that's a shame the double vet M8 went down, because I thought those two guys were going to carry this game through, but, you know, the triple vet M8 is still around, and those M8s had just such a massive influence on this game. I'd like to see this triple vet as the cheer of the game. Right now, he's got 30 infantry kills.
30? No, come on, are you serious?
Yeah, he's gunned up, he's fucking shielded up, and look at him. Fucking, oh no,
get out of there! Oh my god, no!
Don't kill that M8!
Wow. That was
Please
close.
let me get some repairs on that M8. He's got almost no health left, but triple vet and 30 kills. He's the hero of the game so far. Come on, let me get him some repair.
Oh man, now look at this. We're popping off for the fatherland. Oh boy, we got off-map artillery. Oh, get out of there! Oh, run, Hans, run! Oh, looks like they might be able to get out of there.
Off-map. Hans decides to run, but you know that's going to set him really far back. He's going to take time to reinforce. He's going to get time to get back on the front line. And right now, the map control for Aimstrong is just commanding, and I don't think you can come back from that.
This is going to be a tough one to come back from. Now we pushed all the way in, all 3 victory points in American control, and you know what? Now we got Rangers right outside the base, and boy, this is going to be tough. One final push from the Germans. Here we come. Here we go. Let's do a good one. Let's push it up. Contador, we got it. Oh my goodness, what is this? We've got artillery coming in now. Somebody built a howitzer in the base. Oh man. Now it's dropping. Now it's really dropping here.
Oh, good lordy. Enemy unit is down.
Yeah, we got it here. This is another, it looks like it might be another solid lock-in for Simon Aimstrong. There's a desperate attempt here by the Germans to try and put it back together. You know, Biosparks, what went wrong here? I mean, really, what happened in this game that put Contador all the way back into his base?
I think all the problems really stemmed with the initial strategy of going defensive far too early. I mean, there was no reason. Oh, and another rage quit. No GLHF and no GG. Bad manners again. But yeah, onto the initial point. You chose your doctrine way too early, and yeah, you have nothing else to counter if something pops up. You know, so. I believe there's even a GR guide somewhere that says, you know, don't choose your doctrine too early or too late. Find the exact perfect time of what you need. And to be honest, Tier 3 Blitz would have been really good here. Like, fair enough, the Tier 3 got sniped. But Stormtroopers, again, would have been able to store enough time for the M8 to at least keep him out of the base, get the Stug and the Puma out, and even have some stealth operations. You know, a good bundle nade on your infantry is definitely like something that could bring you back into the game. So, I mean, 2 medic bunkers, was that really needed? It didn't seem so. I mean, munitions could have been put to better use as well. So, I think it was just bad management of economy, whereas Aimstrong was just well, look at the map now, just complete and utter domination, just harassing the fuel points whenever he could. He was harassing in the middle. When he didn't panic when he got Senwa pinned, you know, he put on the pressure. So, man, Aimstrong never ceases to amaze me, even after these games in the finals against Seb. Senwa is just so ridiculously good for this guy, and he does not have a 97% win ratio for no reason. He is a god, pretty much.
Yeah, that's excellent analysis. You're right. I mean, the doctrinal choice in the very beginning really crippled him, and going to Tier 3 was a little bit cocky, I think, maybe, based on what was going on, especially with his doctrine choice. You're right. Blitz would have been way, way better. Excellent games for both players. You know, maybe some tactical, some strategic mistakes, but tactically, both players played very, very well tactically. There was just a little bit of a metagame mistake on the part of the Germans. So what we're going to do here then, let's say Budwise, why don't you run that Americans Wins video, and we are going to take a quick break while we stuff our faces with some pizza right here, and we'll be back in just under 5 minutes. So go ahead, Budwise, let's roll it and go.